those vegan guys. Thank you.
Right, fabulous.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Everybody, this is Martine.
Hello.
We're going to be, she's taking part today in our Skype stories and thankfully has a really good Wi-Fi connection, which has been the blight of this series. Let me tell you. So, Martine, I'm glad we got a brew.
Yeah.
Typically not.
Bro.
Where are you from?
I'm from Oldham.
Oh my goodness. Up road.
Up the road.
Whereabouts?
Durka area.
Oh right, I used to live in Durka.
Yeah, so it's not far. It's not far from Failsworth actually. My mum actually says that she's seen you come into her work quite a few times.
Where does she work?
She works in Costa at the walk-in centre in Oldham.
Oh God, yeah, I've been in there loads of times.
Yeah.
I used to be a one-to-one support worker for a company in Oldham called Keyring.
Right, okay.
One-to-one supporting people with learning difficulties and people in recovery.
Yeah.
That was one of my main meeting points. We'd meet there, have a coffee, have a chat, you know, blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I have to tell you now though, just because you've piqued that interest in my head, mentioning Durka. When me and Jason first met,
Yeah.
at college, I was living on Afghan Street in Durka.
Literally right at the very end of my street.
Oh well, that's where me and Jason started.
Well,
Afghan
it's
Street,
fate, isn't it?
So Martine, how old are you, my love?
I'm 21.
Wow. So
Wow.
a nice young vegan.
Yeah, so I'm only a baby.
Tell us about your vegan story.
Well, I became vegetarian 3 years ago. So I was 18 when I turned vegetarian. Literally, as soon as I turned 18, I became a vegetarian. I was brought up in a very heavily meat-based family. All we ever ate was meat, dairy, eggs. It was like we had it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, Northern England.
Because we were always told, like, yeah, milk's great for your strong bones, and meat, we've got to eat steak to be strong and healthy. Like, that's what we have to eat. And I never really enjoyed it that much. Like, there were certain things that I did like. Most of them I didn't like. Mum used to say to me, oh, we're having lamb for Easter, and I'd be like, no, I'm not eating lamb, it's a baby animal, don't like it, can't eat that. But I was fine eating like a cow, or I was fine eating bacon. And I was sat in my room one day with a cat that I used to have, a little gorgeous ginger cat, and I saw a video which was really made me uncomfortable, and it was a video from China, and obviously they eat cats and dogs over in China, don't they? And I'd seen a cat very awfully being skinned alive.
I've seen it.
And when I saw it, I kind of just looked at him like, I can't believe that would ever happen. Like, I couldn't imagine that ever happening to you. It's awful. And I kind of burst into tears. I was like, why am I eating cows and pigs, and why am I eating those? Like, but I won't eat a cat or a dog. It's just stupid. And I did loads of research into veganism at that point, and I came across a video called 101 Reasons to Become Vegan.
All right.
And it was a guy who'd done a presentation. I think it was in a school, might have been a school, I'm not sure. And he did a demonstration of if you put a dog's or a cat's paw over a flame, what would happen? They would squeal and pull away. Well, what would happen if you put a pig's foot over a fire? They'd do the same thing. And he compared a picture of a strawberry and a pig. And he said, if you got a baby, what would they go to eat? And he said they'd go to eat a strawberry. They wouldn't think, oh, I want to go and take a big chunk out of that pig. I'd want to play with the pig, which is very true.
Was the video Gary Yourofsky?
I think so, yeah. I think it might have been.
Is that a guy with glasses and a...
Yes.
Yeah,
it was.
It was
a very long time ago that I saw this. Well, it was 3 years ago, but so I was 17 at this point, nearly 18. And with me living with mum, I said to my mum, I want to be a vegetarian. And she said, well, I pay for the food that comes up that happens near. She's a very nice lady, but she said, when you have a job and you pay for living here, then you can eat whatever you like. But while I'm cooking, you will eat what I put in front of you. So the minute I turned 18, I went out and got a job and I started paying my rent. And when I started paying rent, that's when I started buying my own. Mum started buying me food for vegan alternatives. I wasn't. I was vegetarian at that point, not vegan.
Yeah.
And then it's nearly a year ago now that I became vegan. Very close to being a year. So I was pregnant when I became vegan.
Right. Wow.
And I'd known quite a bit about veganism, but I never really understood the full reason for becoming vegan. I thought it was probably just because people don't like dairy or because they have a dairy intolerance. And that's when I watched Earthlings, and I watched Dairy is Scary and some really disgusting videos about dairy farming. And while I was pregnant, I knew I wanted to breastfeed. And I said, it's just common sense. How did I not know that a cow needs to have a baby to be able to produce milk? It's so strange. I mean, I need to have a child.
Don't tell us. Nobody tells us that.
I mean, I thought that cows had to be milked and that chickens always just laid eggs. That's all they ever did.
Yeah.
And I thought they lived this happy life where when they do have a baby, the cow gets to drink their milk and that's all they get to do. And then we just take it when the cows aren't feeding at that point, which obviously everybody, when they're brought up in the lifestyle of eating meat and dairy, that's all they believe. And I said, right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not eating dairy anymore. I'm not having eggs. I'm done. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be strapped up to a breast pump 24 hours a day and have my child taken away from me and put on something that I don't even know what's going into it. So why should I let cows do that as well? And from that point on, I was vegan and I didn't eat eggs anymore either. And I haven't missed it one bit, to be honest. I wasn't living with my mum at this point. I was actually living in a shared house with someone who didn't eat much meat and he didn't have much dairy himself. So it wasn't very hard for me to do that. And when I moved into my own house, I've got my younger brother living with me now. Sorry, I've got Cleo wanting to leave the room. I have my younger brother living with me now, who is not vegetarian in the slightest. He loves meat, he loves dairy, but he eats whatever I put in front of him.
Oh, well, that's good. That's great.
He doesn't want to become vegan. He doesn't want to become vegetarian, but he'll happily eat what I put in front of him. If he thinks it tastes nice, then he'll eat it.
Cool.
But very recently, it's just a week ago, I got my mum and my stepdad to become vegan as well, which was a massive shock to me because they always said they would never become vegan. And a week ago, they said, right, that's it. We're not doing it anymore. It's disgusting. I could never go back and I will never do that again.
Wow. That's it. See, this is one of the things that we've been trying to kind of promote through, hopefully just through discussions exactly like this, promote to people is that if you are, like I had a chat, I don't know if you saw it, but I had a really good long chat with Grumpy Vegan Granddad. It was it's the first video in this playlist, and I'll link the playlist for anyone that's interested up there. And the thumbnail was just vegans debate, and it was because Danny had taken a very what's the word, a very angry position with vegetarians.
Yes.
And I've always tried to be the very, like, even if you're only doing one meal a week, that's brilliant.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. So I understood his frustration. We had a really good debate about it though. And by the end of it, like, he was saying to him that he was saying to me that he kept preaching at his wife.
Yeah.
When he saw eggs in the basket, he'd be like, do you know how where they've come from? And I said to him, Danny, how about you just print off a vegan recipe for cakes, make sure she's got all the ingredients, and just say, love, do you ever go at making this? Do you know what I mean? Do it kind of gently. And me and Jason both, with our parents, because we're doing shopping for them throughout the whole lockdown thing. Jason's parents asked him a couple of weeks ago to get them some fish.
Right.
Quorn fishless fillets were on offer.
Oh, they're beautiful. We're having those for tea tonight, actually.
Do you know, I think I might, only because I've got 3 tins of mushy peas in cupboard, fish chips and mushy peas.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And he bought them, and then the next week, when they were asking us, giving us the shopping list, they said, get us some more of them Quorn fishless fillets. They were gorgeous. I've had my mum on them for weeks now. She loves them. And I think that's how we do it, isn't it? It's by, rather than, I understand the need to preach at people. I do. Honestly, I've done 3 recently. I'm going to link one of them up there, which is the most recent, about the vegan agenda. Yeah. Because there is one. There is, yeah. There is. But none of it hurts you. It all benefits everybody in every way. And in that video, I've linked an angry one that I did and a very calm one that I did. Yeah. I know that all 3, yeah. People take messages differently, don't they? Yeah, they do. What do you think worked with your parents? What was the... Well, my mum always understood. My mum and my stepdad always understood why I was vegetarian, why I was vegan. My mum's had animals all of her life. All her life she's had animals, but I guess she never really put the link between eating animals and having animals as pets. Yeah, yeah. And last week, so it was just over a week ago, I was saying to her, I was talking to her about me being vegan, and she said, "Oh, we'd never go vegan. We wouldn't do it. We just couldn't do it. We just enjoy our meat too much. We enjoy our dairy too much." And I knew my mum would never watch any videos or anything about why you should be vegan. Yeah. And preaching would never work with my mum or my stepdad, because if I tried preaching to them, they'd just tell me to shut up straight away. And if anything, if you tried preaching to them, they'd probably just eat it even more. Yeah. That's how it worked with them. But I knew my stepdad suffers with kidney stones, and my mum really wanted to lose quite a bit of weight. Not that she's a big woman anyway, but she wanted to lose some weight. And I'd watched Game Changers like a few days before, and I said to him, right, well, if they're not going to do it for the animal welfare side, why don't they try it for the nutritional side? Because if they're just being plant-based and not labelling themselves vegan, they're still going to be helping out as much as absolutely. Yeah. So I said to my mum, why don't you try watching Game Changers? And I said it to my stepdad first, because I knew that if he watched it, he would think, right, I'm being plant-based, and my mum would do it as well. So I text the link to my stepdad, and I texted it to my mum as well. And then I was on a video call with my mum and said, you should try watching Game Changers on Netflix. Like, it's really interesting. It's all about nutrition and how these athletes have healed their bodies with just plants. And she said, oh, well, we'd never go plant-based or vegan. And I said, I'm not saying you have to be plant-based or vegan. I'm just saying watch it. Just try watching it. So they watched it that night, and the very next day they messaged me and said that they were plant-based and that they weren't eating meat or dairy anymore. Because they said that after watching that, they did a ton of research into it, about how unhealthy it actually is. And they said, we've been fed this lie all of our lives about meat and dairy. And I said, well, this is what I have been telling you. And I thought this would be a good route to get it through to you. And they said to me a few days ago, we can't thank you enough for telling us and teaching us what it is and putting us onto that Game Changers, because that then put them onto Forks Over Knives, and it put them onto... I was going to recommend Forks Over Knives as well, especially because Dad, oh, come on. Come on, then. Animals. Sorry, I'm just... I've got my dog wanting to come in again, and I'm not going to keep opening and closing that door. But yeah, they watched Forks Over Knives, and after seeing that, they saw another one on Netflix that was called What the Health. Oh, yes. Yeah. And when they saw that one, they straight away thought, right, that's disgusting. I will never, ever go back to eating meat or dairy again. Isn't it funny how people can watch one highly impacting documentary and it completely changed their view about everything? Yeah. But getting people to watch something, I think if people are so defensive over their lifestyles, yeah, they won't watch anything because they're too scared of the impact it might have on them. So kudos to your parents for taking your recommendation and then for actually going a bit further and watching other things. And yeah, they did research. That's awesome. Yeah, they did loads of research into it, and my mum went out the next day to Asda in Shaw and did
spent, I think it was just under £200 on a massive shop that was all vegan, and she threw out all of her eggs, threw out all the dairy, bought a bunch of different plant-based milks because she was asking me which one I used in my brews because she didn't want one that would curdle.
Yeah.
And
can I just jump in there and recommend to anyone watching who's thinking of changing their milks? Everyone will tell you a different one.
Yeah,
me and Jason stand by cocoa.
I've tried the cocoa. It's really nice in cereals. It is nice in a brew, but I found the one that creams up your brew as well as dairy does is the Oatly whole milk.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different types of Oatly ones. They've got the Oatly original, which is in like a tanned bottle. And they have it labelled kind of skimmed, semi-skimmed, and whole like they would do normal milk. And they have a barista one.
Cool.
Semi-skimmed is in a lighter bottle, and I have the whole milk, which is in a darker bottle, and it's very much, it creams up your brew lovely. It's beautiful.
Fabulous. I've tried hazelnut in coffee, and that's quite nice. That
yeah, it is very nice. Yeah.
We've always stuck with cocoa just because it never curdled in any we've ever made. And my mum is an avid tea drinker.
Yeah.
Tea, no sugar, or coffee, one sugar. But she's dead fussy, and she's had both here over the years and said, yeah, I could drink that all the time, you know. But she still hasn't changed her milk yet. She's changed her fish, though. That's what's important.
That's important. At least she's changed something.
So what was what did you find the most difficult thing to give up as a vegetarian? What was your one? Like for me, it was eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs were my main thing. And even up until 4 years ago, I was still craving a fried egg butty every now and again until I learned how to make my version of now tofu fried egg butty.
I saw your video of that. I can't get over black salt though.
So,
I think it was the same. It was probably eggs. I mean, I didn't really find any of it super difficult. But I think it was eggs mainly because by the time I'd become vegan, there was loads of cheeses out there. There was loads of milks, but we don't really have any substitute for eggs unless you go into Holland and Barrett and spending, I think it's over £5 for a vegan egg. And I thought, right, well, I'll just look into doing tofu. So tofu is the closest thing I've got, and I absolutely adore scrambled tofu.
So do I. We had it last night, in fact, in Bitter Pockets.
Oh, it sounds beautiful.
It will fit.
I need to try it. I do.
We had it last night with fries, hot dog sausages chopped up into it.
Never tried them.
Plain tofu scramble, hot dog sausages, white onion, spinach and peas.
That sounds beautiful. It sounds fit. It really does sound fit.
It's gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
I did miss a fried egg butty quite a lot, and I would really want. I saw your video on how to do the fried egg with tofu, but I can't get on with black salt anywhere.
Can you not?
No.
Oh, we were out on lockdown. I've got a full jar. I'd get you half. You're only up bloody road. It's you can. Almost every Asian shop has it. Right. Like if you go into an Indian or a Chinese grocery shop, you know, there's that one in where are you, Durka? Yeah. There's that one on I can't even remember the bloody name of the road. No, the name's good. Oh, Glodick Health Centre.
That's my doctor's, so yeah.
Well, further up from Glodick Health Centre, there's that World Food Store.
Yes.
They've got it in there.
I'll have to have a look then.
It's just in a little packet hung on like a rack with all the dried ingredients.
Right, okay.
But I have to be honest and say I bought my latest lot from Amazon because I'm really trying to limit how much I go out. Yeah. You know.
Well, I have to limit as much as I can because I've got a young baby, so...
Yeah,
I can't risk getting her sick, and my God, she gets everything under the sun, honestly.
How old is she?
She's 6 months old. She turned 6 months on the 3rd.
Bless.
Pardon?
What's she called?
Willow.
Well, oh, I love that.
Little Willow.
That's lovely.
She's absolutely beautiful. Stunning. I can see my brother bringing her up pretty soon because I can hear her whinging a little bit downstairs. But yeah, eggs were probably a fried egg butter. Yeah, I did really miss that, a fried egg sandwich. But if I do crave egg at all, I just make some scrambled tofu with toast and I'm fine. I'm fine again after that.
So, have you not tried black salt in scrambled tofu either?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, it'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. It changes it completely. I mean, it smells like very strong sulfuric eggs.
Right, okay.
So you only need a little bit to give it that kind of eggy taste, but it done half. It really works.
I'll have to try it. I really will.
So much better for you than eggs. So much better for you. It's actually nutritious.
That's another thing with my stepdad. When my mum was saying to me, I don't know what I'm going to do about an egg substitute because I love scrambled eggs on toast. I said, well, I will show you my scrambled tofu recipe, and it's beautiful. It's so nice. Doesn't taste exactly like egg, but it makes you feel like you're eating eggs.
Yeah.
And then my stepdad said to me, I seriously doubt being plant-based, you need to give up eggs. I said, really, eggs are not good for you, because I think there was just a little bit of him that didn't want to let go of eating meat or dairy, and he said, I will do my research and I will have a look. And doing his research, he realised that eggs aren't good for you, that they're not good for you at all. And
I was such a stubborn vegetarian. It was for about a year and a half. A dear friend, Dominic Berry, is a poet in Manchester.
Yeah.
Kept every time I was posting pictures of my frittatas and my cheesy omelettes and all this, and he never preached at me, not once, not ever. He always asked me, or maybe he suggested that I look into things.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, it's all right, they're happy eggs. Look, it says so on the box.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, look into the company, look into the actual. It's all out there. But it was still. It took Vegucated. It took my second viewing of a documentary called Vegucated before I was eventually like, I can't believe I'm a part of this.
Yeah. I mean, I used to always buy the free range or the happy eggs because I always thought free range eggs, it doesn't mean they're in cages. They're obviously around a field somewhere eating nice little bits of corn. They're happy. They're all happy, and then they're just like popping out little eggs when they want to. And that's just we just have those to eat because they're there anyway. They don't do anything. The eggs they're not babies. They don't do anything. And I think that was the last thing for me to give up as a vegan, because that was something that was always in the fridge at the shared house that I was living in. I shared a house with a gay man called Joe. Very lovely, absolutely adore him so much. And he loved eggs, but he wasn't a massive meat eater or dairy. Eggs are just those things that everybody loved. Everybody loved an egg.
Yep, absolutely.
But the minute I gave up eggs, I just started feeling so much healthier and so much better. I mean, I used to, if anything, it helped. My mental health got so much better after becoming vegan as well. I feel like it helped me a lot more than any sort of medications could ever help anybody. It made me feel so much better because I felt like I was doing some good. And it's just made me feel so much happier being a vegan, and because I know that I'm doing good and I'm not harming animals in the process. And I've said that I'll be bringing my daughter up vegan because I knew I was going to bring her up vegetarian anyway, because there was no way I was going to go back to eating meat. And I'm going to bring her up in the mindset of animals are there to be loved and not eaten. They're not put on the planet for us to eat. Unfortunately, my nan and my granddad are probably going to say that because I love them dearly, but there's no way on earth we would ever be able to change my nan or my granddad's mindset on eating meat or dairy, even if I let them watch Game Changers or What the Health or Forks Over Knives, because they really believe that eating meat is good for you. I was talking about it with my granddad and he sat there with a plate of steak and lamb, and he's just liver and onions, and he's eating it saying, oh, it's really good for you. It's a full red meat diet is fantastic for you.
A lot of people think that, though. I mean, it's how the animal agriculture business has thrived so much, because it pays, it pays huge dividends to the government, but then claims them back. And it's a bit like the world at the moment. I think with all the politics in the world at the moment, we are suddenly realizing, well, we are, but they aren't yet, that capitalism is over.
Yeah, it is.
Because it has to be. It's like the world cannot move forward from this point and go back to the old ways. And it's exactly the same with diet. There are so many articles coming out now, science-based articles. Yeah. I referenced 5 of them in that the vegan agenda video I cited before. There's so much science out there saying we must stop using and abusing animals so much if we want to avoid future pandemics, if we want to save the environment, if we want to be healthier. Everything's a benefit. It's like, so put your ego aside. So I've got some random questions for you.
Okay.
Number 1, what's your favourite place to shop?
Sainsbury's and Iceland. But since being in the lockdown, the closest supermarket to me is the Tesco's on Huddersfield Road.
Oh, yeah. How is it there?
It's all right, actually. I mean, I still have to wait 40 minutes before I can get into the shop now. Because the lines are all zigzagged. I mean, it was a few weeks ago, me and my brother the line went all around the car park. It was awful. The line was massive.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, I can get things that I need from in there, but I do miss going to Sainsbury's, and I miss going to Iceland. I mean, it's so much cheaper in there than it is buying my frozen food from Tesco. But luckily, the other day, my uncle drops off a box of vegan burgers at my door. Says, I've got these from work. Do you want them?
Oh, brilliant.
There was about 12 different vegan burgers in there, and they were beautiful. I absolutely love them. They're gorgeous.
Nice.
But yeah, at the moment, we're shopping at Tesco.
Right. We went to Tesco a couple of weeks ago because Jay's mum and dad live really not far from you. Like literally just one school over. Yeah. And they're there. But we stopped at Tesco, went to the bottom door, and there was a massive crowd of people, and I was like, nope, nah, not bothering with that. Because the queue at Sainsbury's is great, It looks long, it goes down to TK Maxx, but they're letting 7 at a time in, 6 at a time. So you stood maybe 10 minutes and then you're in, and it's really, in fact, I've done 2 recent videos in Sainsbury's. I'll link my shopping vlog list up there as well. I've done 2 in Sainsbury's and 1 in Aldi while we've been in lockdown.
Oh, I miss Aldi too.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been posting on videos like, I'm really missing shopping and I'm scared to go out. And I wanted to show people, hey, as long as you're looking after yourself, it's okay.
Yeah.
So my next question for you, Martine, is what's one of your favourite meals?
Oh, my homemade chickpea curry. It's beautiful. Love it.
Chickpea curry.
It's stunning. I love it because it only takes 30 minutes. It's super healthy and it's just so delicious.
So where do you go from here? What's your plans for, how are you going to incorporate veganism in your life? Are you going to help to promote veganism? Are you?
Yeah. I mean, the minute I get paid tomorrow, and I've said to my mum that put my tripod and ring light into your Amazon basket because she's got Prime. I don't see the point in paying for Prime when my mum's got it. Just get it delivered to my door. Said add those into your basket because she knows that for years I've wanted to have my own channel and I wanted to be able to promote veganism and being vegetarian and showing people all the different cruelty-free and vegan items you can get out there. And doing as best as you can. And for a while, I was a little bit disheartened on how to do it because I was like, there's everybody who does it. They're all in America. They've all got these like big places, and you don't see anybody in Oldham videoing. doing vlogs and stuff, and that's when I came across you guys. Yeah, I think I just typed in on YouTube a vegan shop at Tesco, and then it came up with those vegan guys. And when I clicked on the video, I was like, that accent sounds very, very familiar. Very familiar.
Can't hide this bugger, can you?
You can't hide an Oldham accent. No, definitely not.
So when you well, I suppose then as soon as because you've already got a good camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. But don't forget, please record yourself in portrait, in landscape, sideways, so you get a nice wide shot in.
Yeah.
So you mentioned it all in Skype chat. You were going to be covering beauty stuff and well, which I think is really important, because I don't think that there's enough people who have beauty and kind of cosmetics and toiletries as one of their main themes, but focus on vegan.
Yeah.
We do a bit. The vegan queens have done bits.
Yeah.
Talking about Superdrug and stuff like that. But it'd be nice to see. And I tell you what, it would be nice to see you, perhaps, Martine, doing makeup routines.
Yeah.
With all vegan products.
Yeah.
We've done that too, but it's drag makeup.
Yeah.
So it's like a towel and a bucket.
I still have a few products in my makeup bag which I'm trying to use up that aren't cruelty free and aren't vegan, unfortunately, but I don't want to throw them out because they were expensive.
I'm the same. I won't waste.
It's the same with cleaning products. Downstairs under my sink I've got like Flash, and I've got other things that I bought before being vegan, and I've still got a full bottle of it.
I still buy. I'm one of those vegans, and I do this for a very specific reason. Coming across size 8 ladies' shoes that are vegan and accessible for a drag queen.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, being a drag queen is about making money, not spending it. Do you know what I mean? So I've bought second-hand leather shoes from charities. And I know that there are vegans out there who frown on that, but I'm like, well, number one, I'm not funding the industry.
Yeah.
Supporting a charity, and I'm giving myself something that I can make money and live.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
And I've still got 2 pairs of leather shoes upstairs that I've had for, one of them, over 20 years. And when they fall off my feet, I will throw them away.
I've got a pair of shoes like that. I mean, I've got a pair of Doc Martens that I've had since I was 13, which I'm probably never going to throw away. I mean, they were expensive shoes, so I'm not just going to throw away a pair of Doc Martens because it's something that I bought before I was vegetarian or vegan.
Yeah.
And they were a gift as well, so I don't just want to throw away a gift.
Yeah,
and if they still fit me and they're still in good condition, I'm going to wear them. I'm not going out buying leather or fur. And I know you buy quite a lot from charity shops, but there's a fantastic site on the internet called Koi Footwear. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. And it's a completely vegan shoe company. And it's actually really reasonably priced. I mean, you can get a pair of boots for £40.
What's it called?
Koi Footwear.
As in?
K-O-I.
As in the fish.
Yeah, Koi Footwear.
Koi Footwear.
And they sell shoes that I'm obsessed with, like the chunky trainers, chunky boots. They sell heels. They sell pretty much any footwear there. And they do size 8, so Gemini might like those as well.
I shall definitely have a look then. Definitely. I like a platform, me, in drag.
They've got some platforms.
A really big, outrageous platform, if it's all possible.
I mean, I'm a size 7s and 8s for a female, so I need to buy shoes that will fit me. Yeah. But yeah, it's a fantastic vegan and cruelty-free company for shoes.
So what's your channel going to be called, Martine?
I've thought quite a lot about it, but I could never think of a really, really good name for it. I originally just thought maybe I'll just have it as my normal name. And
as in just Martine?
Yeah, probably just Martine, or just Martine Nuttall, something like that.
Have you already got an account on YouTube?
I do, yeah.
Right, so when you, and if that's where your channel's going to be, when I upload this to YouTube, make sure you comment on it, and I'll pin your comment so that anyone who's watching knows that's you, and they can subscribe to your channel and give you a bit of support to get you up and going.
Thank you. Thanks.
So, right, well, is there any golden nuggets of information you would like to share with anyone who's considering becoming vegan? Anything that helps you?
Just if it's something that you're really passionate about but you're scared of doing it, just do it. I was frightened of doing it because of being judged and not knowing where I can eat, but there's so many videos and information out there now that can tell you where to eat. I mean, there's a new cafe in Oldham that's opened up called JLR Cafe that does beautiful vegan options.
Where?
It's on Just Eat. It's called JLR Cafe, and does a full vegan breakfast. It has vegan mains, does like bang bang cauliflower, does I know it's brand new and it's beautiful.
I've never even heard. Right, JLR Cafe will be probably getting some business from me then.
Yeah, it's stunning. It's really nice. But if you're a little bit stuck on what to buy, like for example, just look at your channel. I mean, there's so many videos out there showing different cheeses, different milks, so many different meat options. If you don't particularly want to eat foods that resemble meat at all, there's again more options out there. Not everything's fantastic or amazing, but there are some really beautiful stuff out there as well.
Can I just go back to something you said a minute ago?
Mm-hmm.
I believe you said, just do it. If we could just pause for a second.
Do it! Just do it!
I'm just going to throw Shia LaBeouf in there saying, just do it! Because I love him so much, and I've got him green screened. Right, well, I think it's fabulous that your journey's really interesting. The impact you've had on your family is brilliant. Really interesting journey, and look forward to seeing your first introduction video as you launch your channel.
Thank you. It was lovely speaking to you too.
Lovely chatting to you. When all this is over, Martine, let's go and grab a coffee in Oldham and maybe have a look round some second-hand shops, and I'll do a vlog, and then we could talk about your channel again.
Honestly, you have just made me so excited there, because that's something that I've wanted to do for a while.
We'll do that for sure.
Oh, definitely.
It's over with. All right. Do you want to say your goodbyes?
All right. Well, bye everyone. It was nice. It's nice speaking to you guys.
Thanks everyone for watching, and until next time, please be excellent to yourselves and each other.
Bye.